in a perfect world, I don't think people should be being detained. And if you also go into those things of, I'm a person that like taxes are made up.
The people who are not paying a tax is $1 taken away from people who are paying taxes.
So we blame the individual instead of putting the fault on. There's no illegal immigrant working and making money in America that hasn't been paid or hired by an American who's choosing to exploit the system.
Fuck. All right, cut the closers.
It's your boy E-Maze coming in live from where? Comedy Hype Radio. The Stew. And as always, I'm your boy E-Maze. And to my left, you got that boy Reek the Closer.
Reek the Closer.
Hey, we got that boy Yari on the ones and twos as always.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And as always, we are your closers. We are Atlanta's favorite servers. And we welcome in. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us.
Back at it again.
Back at it again. We are so thankful. And we love the fact that you guys are here constantly listening. Please like, subscribe, and share with all your friends in the hospitality industry and or family that like just funny people. I was going to say something else, but we're trying to become mainstream. So.
What the fuck?
Mustard! Oh my god!
All right. So that's how we started it in
With the ER.
hard. All right, boys.
Oh man! How was everyone's last shift, man? How
You know my last shift was crazy.
Yeah. Fuck you! I was there for that. Yo,
Break the bank.
yo, yes.
Okay.
Hey, the funniest thing about that table was one dude kept going, hey, and every time he got, I go, hey, my bitch. That's my bitch. And I was like trying not to say it too loud, but he go, hey, I'm like, that's my bitch. Like he just kept doing it.
Yeah.
Was that a family?
I don't know.
Fucking these motherfuckers started with 2 bottles of Opus One.
Oh, out the gate.
And then got towers for, how many was it? 10 of them?
It was 9.
9. And then stone claws for each one of them on the tower. I was I saw them and I saw the big bottles. I ain't gonna be a hater. I immediately went underneath that motherfucking number.
And 24 ounces of Wagyu.
Don't forget.
As an appetizer.
Oh, they had the,
Yes.
right? Yeah, I saw that too. I was like,
All right. Be honest. How much of that was your sales? And how much of that was them ready to come in with that shit? Like, did you
All of it was our sales.
You pushed the Opus?
Yes, buddy. They were like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's this guy's birthday and shit. One of the guys. And we tried to show him a good time. You know what I mean? Basically was like, I'm gonna let you lead. And we was like, all right, bet. So we're gonna start you off with a tower, put some motherfucking stones on that bitch. We're gonna get you some Wagyu, like the A5 Wagyu that we got. You know what I mean? Got about 24 ounces of that. We're 9 people. So just the Wagyu.
and just label it.
Just the Wagyu was
the Wagyu was
$1,000.
$45 an ounce.
Yeah. So the Wagyu was basically $1,000 off rip. The Opus One, $1,300 per 2 bottles. Per bottle. So we got
the
2 bottles of
the Magnum bottles.
Yeah,
right?
Magnums. They were $1,300 on that. So
Can you explain the strategy of taking a high price item, getting someone to appreciate it as like an appetizer?
Did y'all just start
like a taste for everybody at the table?
Like
That's
did
when
you
we started.
Like no, like you just like not like what are you guys looking for? Y'all just went.
nah, but he was like, yeah, we want some nice shit.
It's a wrap.
And that's what it is. Like, when you got people who want, you know what I mean, want to spend, don't discourage them because you think you're going to get a better tip.
No, absolutely not.
Bro, if somebody come in and they want to spend, some people be like, oh no, let me not be the guy who's going to like oversell them. Like, nah, nigga, sell their ass.
Like, well, it's like a line where you can push up to the line and make somebody feel like you're trying to push somebody out of them. And then there's the other side of that line is people who really don't give a fuck and want to be sold. They want to
experience. And I think that also comes into how you come off to that.
Like if you can tell them about the Louis the correct way, then they want the Louis.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, I mean, basically, my partner's a robot, so he didn't do that. So, but we definitely, he definitely got the okay to do what we wanted to do for the table. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So starting off with the nice wine, and they were still fucked up. They were ordering cocktails throughout that bitch the whole time. 2 bottles of the wine, the Wagyu, the tower with the stones. So all of that was like just about 4,000, 4,000.
4,000 before I got that.
Before entrees and salads and shit. So ended up being $5,000, like around $5,000 total.
Did salad course?
Yeah. So $5,000 total, and they tipped us $1,400.
Hell.
So fuck the rest of our section. I don't give a shit. Like this one table.
I could give a fuck.
Empty water glasses.
Bro, I mean, I don't know, but like this one table,
Hey, no,
basically. This one table.
Extra socks.
One table basically just from 1,400. You know what I'm saying? You split that. That's 700 before we tip out. Just from this one table. 700 each. And the rest of our section, we still banged out on them motherfuckers too.
Right.
So my last six was fine.
No, yeah. Saturday night down there was good. We had a little bit of a switch up in leadership down there, so it was kind of like it's like honestly how last Saturday night went. How I approach sports gambling when a coach is fired. Always bet on the team that has a new coach. They always win. If they have a change, like unless like a catastrophic thing, like if the starting quarterback's an all-star and then they put in somebody else, don't do that. But usually, if they fire a coach, it always works in basketball. If they fire a coach that week, bet on that team and a new coach in their next game. They always. I would say 80% of the chance you usually win, and usually win by like a good margin because it's a new fresh air, new level of air, and it, like certain things like training wheels are taking off.
Yeah.
Because also it's a new coach. He has nothing to lose. They're not going to fire him.
Right.
He just started.
You can lose the first game. Yeah.
I'm new here, guys.
Go for it.
Who gives a fuck?
2 plain versions all night.
Exactly. We're going for it every time. Why? Because I can.
What you gonna do?
What you gonna do? Fire me? But like that's fire though. That's fire.
Yeah.
And like even without that table, like that, it was a good night.
Yeah, we would have still made bread without that table.
Even without that table, we like because I made good bread and my sales were like 2, 3. What did you guys finish with? Like 8?
We were $9,000 total.
$9,000 total? Okay, no, I thought $5,000 under that, but I had $4,000 in sales. It's like, I had like $4,000 in sales, so it was like, all right, cool. Like it was one of those nights that everybody was kind of like out. I don't think there's nothing special this past weekend, right?
No, I don't know. I don't think it was anything special.
No, I think it was just
it was just a night. It was just a banger Saturday.
Yeah, so I think everybody was just kind of in good vibes, and it was kind of.
And that's a blessing in January because it's a toss-up whether or not you're gonna be dead the rest of January up until like Valentine's and shit.
Yeah,
oh my god, I was looking at my just the tips for like the first 3 weeks of January this year compared to the last year's January. Oh my god, everything's down, horrible, bro. But I don't know, maybe it's because like it's the election year and shit. I don't know.
I think we just need to get past the election. I think overall, actual political views aside, like the Trump presidency is going to be good for our industry.
For our industry,
I think it's going to be good for industries in the sense of where there's money being moved and money you can spend.
Yeah,
our industry, that actually would stem into our next conversation that I did a little bit of research on, but we'll get to that. But I think we're in an environment where, funniest shit happened a couple of days. Were you there that night?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
What the fuck you talking about?
With the cake?
Oh, the mega hat cake.
The mega hat cake?
No! I took a picture of it. It was fire.
There was so much fucking fondant on that cake, dog. And the shit was so funny because they walked in and they were joyous folks. And I just saw them they're like, ha, I saw it. And then he didn't have the box top over the cake fully. So I kind of just was looking and I'm like, they go, big ass red hat cake. And it says, make America great again.
Does it look like the shape of a hat or is it just
shape of a hat? Shape of a hat.
It's a MAGA hat cake.
MAGA hat cake. Exactly what it sounds like. So they made them cut it up. They went into the, private areas. They were on there chilling, doing their thing or whatever. And they cut and they took the cake to the back to cut it up. And I just happened to walk back there. I'm watching the chef take all this fondant. The brim of the hat was fondant. The lines of the cap.
You mean fondue?
No, fondant.
What the hell is that?
That's the
cake covering.
It's the thick
like that
thing that lets you make crazy molds out of cakes.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't eat that.
It's edible, but
it's edible, but it's not too much of it. It's not that great.
Okay.
Like,
So what's fondue? What's fondue then? What's
fondue
fondue?
is melted cheese.
that's when you dip.
Or fondue is fondue is the art of dipping your food into like stuff.
You do like chocolate fondue.
Okay, I know.
Yeah.
I know it's like some pastry shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Fondant is the pastry.
It's like-
Fondue
it's like
is the pot. Like
Cake
hot
clay.
Yeah.
yeah.
So like they went back there and they're cutting it, and I'm watching my peel the fondant off. I'm like, God damn, it's a lot of fondant. Even he was like, yeah, it's a lot of fucking fondant. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's a huge MAGA sport.
Yes.
So I'm like, he was just like, oh, this is so funny. This motherfucker said to me, he said, you know the best part about it? Old girl gotta cut it off. I said, hey, yo.
The person who has
Yes. He said, that's the best part of this whole thing. I looked at him and said, you're a petty bitch.
shit to me too.
Yeah.
He said that shit to me too.
And you know I'm not a support. You know I don't care. I feel like, I'm like, you a petty bitch. I said just like that. I said, you a petty bitch.
Yeah.
Right?
This girl that
Girl.
that was serving the table. She's the one. She's like super like against Trump, and you know what I mean.
Nothing wrong with it. It was just so funny that he went out of his way.
Now, the white girl. Okay.
No.
What I really thought she was getting at was talking about who had to cut the cake in the back, as in like the
No, we had to shut to do it. Like,
I thought that was a joke.
No. We thought that's what they're gonna do. That was what they did. And the thing is, they cut it open, and this is the funniest part to me. I walked up, and while they were cutting it, guess what kind of cake it was?
Red velvet.
Red fucking velvet. The most ethnic cake you can think of, and these white folks got red velvet. Bro, I was like, this is hilarious. And of course I said it out loud, it's the most ethnic cake. And the two white girls were back there, they're like, one said, I get cake every year for my birthday. And the other one's like, I love red velvet cake. No disrespect to either one of them. I looked at one of them. I said, "You're shapely, and you look like you have mixed friends. That's why you guys like that. You guys aren't MAGA supporters."
Did you say shapely?
No disrespect to her. I was just like, "You're shapely, and you don't look like you have a lot of white friends."
We know who you hang around.
Yeah, we know who you hanging around with. I said, "Calm down."
Yeah.
But that was the funniest shit I could think of. Like, but yeah, man, there's just times because you can just. It is what it is. However you feel, whatever you think. Why you get that look?
Because I'm ready to hear what you finna say.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Well,
at
man.
this point, like, it is what it is. We're dealing with what we're dealing with. However you feel. Like, do I like everything? No, I'm not gonna lie. But I don't like everything that everybody does. Like, I have my own opinions about everything. Am I fully versed in everything? Nah, because I ain't got the time for that. Like, I'm not gonna beat the shit out of myself to read every not comic article and shit like that. So maybe on my side, I should be more versed, a little bit more versed. But for me, I'm a believer. I'm a believer in like doing right in the best possible way, and of course, doing right by.
What do you think about the deportations?
That's what I was trying to get to.
Okay, I can say I don't like the camp thing. I hated the camp thing
What's
that they had. When they're keeping like the detainees.
Yeah.
Like I personally don't view it in a perfect world. I don't think people should be being detained. And if you also go into those things of, I'm a person that like taxes are made up. Like if you really think about it, it costs money for things because people said it does. You know what I'm saying? So like if no one in the world paid their light bill, like including companies, corporations, everything, what are they gonna do? Cut off the power to the world?
Do you know it takes people going to work?
No, yeah, no, wait, listen, like in a free. No, you're right. No, exactly. But money doesn't exist.
But payment
Trade
for service.
What happened when we didn't have money? We traded services. And
There was payment for service.
There was trading of goods and
Trading.
There was a lot more war and subjugation to make people do shit for you as well.
You're right.
We're living in a world without slavery. So in that world, we need capitalism.
because without capitalism, we go right to racism.
No, right to slavery.
Right to slavery.
So usually, like in these other civilizations, you know what I'm saying? Like your payment for your service is
barter.
You don't get you don't get killed. Like,
No, you barter
for service. My dog.
At one point, we did have the honor system.
Who is we?
You're a village, nigga. But the village next to you is getting hooked.
Bro, I don't know if
We
you
should all be good
understand, bro.
people.
Hey,
People traded like if
What
I
did the
had
Native Americans trade?
meat, but you had fur, I would trade meat for the fur. Correct?
Or-
if you had
or-
the meat and wanted his iron, you would trade the iron for the meat.
But here, you ready?
One
Ready?
day watch the other.
Hey, man. I ain't got enough meat to trade for this fur. You want to just use your iron and we just go like take that
Take that
motherfucker.
nigga's fur?
Yeah, get this nigga.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I meant.
You know what?
I'm gonna spoil all the
That's
meats.
like everybody
We're all
right
gonna
there.
die of starvation,
Bro, if you was in a tribe in the Native Americans, right? You was a Native American. And y'all tribe, you know what I'm saying? Y'all hunt and did all the shit, right?
Mhm.
That's not really a service. You're just surviving with your tribe. But you got these white folks coming into your territory and shit, right? And they need something from y'all. What's the payment? What's the trade? How do you even like talk to that person? Like, you can't even really talk. I'm gonna get off on a
But-
tangent.
Yeah,
But how the
like-
fuck did they start communicating when they came? Like,
Oh, it was a lot of misunderstandings. No, remember, how did they communicate? Murder.
that's what I'm saying. Okay, so basically, like, all right, I won't kill you if you give me this shit.
But I'm not gonna give you anything in return.
Real shit,
So
I
what's
think you have to go a couple ways. It's like, you
Like, what
come-
ways can it go?
You
Yeah.
come to a new place, you have to come bearing gifts and show up friendliness and interact until y'all break the language barrier and somebody can be a translator.
Yeah.
And then after that,
What's holding me back from beating your ass?
After that, all right. So
look at me. I ain't get to
we have guns.
We heard you got arrows and spears.
Y'all want guns?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna give you all these old guns. We have newer guns. We will shoot
The thing
y'all.
with Cortez, the other way to look at thing with Cortez was he came in in shining gold armor and looked like a god and looked like something different, bigger, better, something that had to be respected, but he felt like you're not. And then he came and started killing people as well.
Yeah, but
so
he's a monster.
you know, we live in a world now where there's nowhere you can go where somebody don't own the land.
Because people are money hungry and power hungry. Not money. Because money is power. The main thing is power. I think I said it to y'all before. I was just like, I forgot. I think the saying is, power is absolute and power corrupts absolutely, or something like that. Like corrupts, like something about power corrupts. Like the minute, like it's kind of
Power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Power corrupts and absolute power corrupts. Like yeah, whatever. Absolutely. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like the way you said that.
Yeah, so it's one of those things of like it's also one of those things like we've lost in
Dancing.
general. People are like just lost.
You said we've lost, and I just
Dancing.
straight up went to his friend again. Dancing.
We've missed friends, people that we love. But okay, all right. In a perfect world, I do sometimes go on a tangent of like mentally creating like a utopia because it's a foolish thing because people are people. Like one thing is like I could want to be perfect, but hey man, I want this and I'm going to get it any way possible. But again, we also live in a society that things are made up. So I stem it on that idea. If we had never created a money system, if we created barter, because at the same time, people still get murdered for money. Like, you know, whether it's to take it or I'm getting paid to hurt somebody for money. Money is the root of all evil. Everyone knows that. So my thing is, if say system were to just change where the factory's like, what is it? Nikola Tesla. You know, the whole scheme where he figured out how to pull electricity from the ground.
Yeah, he figured out
They
time travel too.
Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla create like you said time travel. I say
No,
Tesla,
he just died like broke.
Yeah, no, because they cashed that thing out, and then
Yeah,
like once he died, they bought the pen, buried that bitch, and then started going, pay us for lights. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing where it's kind of like that's where like certain original sins that pop up that created systems where like again like okay, we got to the conversation about the tariffs and taxes. Like they say infrastructure is like we know we need roads. We just like that was saying we got to pay people to build the roads. Not in actuality. We need the roads. Whether me and you build a road, we still need the road, correct? Like,
Yeah.
If we build the road, we need to travel this road as well. While, say, Alessandro is the mayor of a town that needs a road. We live in the town. We built the road. We don't need to get paid. We need the road as well. And so I think a lot of times we lose track of, like, again, one hand washing the other.
But here's the problem.
One hand clapping,
The problem is old people.
Boomers.
No. I mean, like the people who aren't in the workforce anymore. What are you gonna when you're fucking 75 years old?
Rent is free.
No, I'm just saying, like, if we're on a barter and trading goods, services, and shit, no money system, like, you're not able to provide anything to anybody anymore. You're just a burden.
Education.
So
All right. So education.
Like old people like a certain level of education. Like I think if we create,
What if they have dementia? No, okay.
rooms.
What the fuck?
I mean, you make sure that old people aren't you're like yelling out like ignorant racial things and like, have you guys heard about the bologna and the sandwich? Like get Carl out of here.
Wait.
I'm saying that's a weird thing. But I'm just saying, like, I think from a certain standpoint, like, again, this is like building out. We could do this for hours, so we won't say it, but go ahead. You see.
Well, I can bring it back home. Have y'all seen the thing, like the Chicago, like, what you call it? It was like a town hall type shit with the mayor of Chicago and black people just going off about the way they're supporting like the immigration protections and shit like that, being like sanctuary city and like any of that. Have you seen it?
I think I saw some.
It's gold. It's gold. I was so impressed with these people going in there, going off on this nigga. Younger black mayor, but considering him a sellout to the
administration that was pushing
the Democratic Party. Really, yeah. I'm not taking the side on parties at all, but they are, and they're saying like, no, we need Trump. We're sick of this shit because right now the way it goes is like we're paying taxes at the end of the day. There's no place you can go in the world other than fucking Antarctica where there isn't a border established. Is the point?
Right.
There's everywhere you go, you gotta play by somebody else's rules that has an army or something to make sure they can like execute those rules. So you have to be somewhere. And if you're in that place, how does the rest of that community, that group that is that place, that country, make sure that you're not exploiting the system and getting access to any kind of way we want to help our community, but not actually contributing at all? Taxes. If you can't work, you ain't really gotta pay the taxes. Okay. We'll see if we can help you. But if you can work, you better work and you better pay your taxes. Yeah. So then we take that tax money and we do anything that we're going to do for the community.
Infrastructure, community outreach, like.
And so as black people, the general narrative is, or the idea is, we didn't ask to be here. We're here. Now we are legal. We didn't even want to be here.
We're a whole person now.
Yeah, we're a whole person now. We just got that shit together. And we're also paying whole person taxes. Yeah. And we're living in Chicago, Chirac, as y'all call it. Yeah. And within Chirac, y'all want to spend our tax money. You want to take millions of dollars and support people who got here illegally and aren't playing the rules of the game that we were forced to play. Yeah. And we're not having it. Yeah. We're not having it. And that's why we're like taking the flip of the regime change to where the like Republican principles are now becoming like the more mainstream thing compared to like Democrats really had like the past decade, especially like Obama. Like we was there with Obama, we was there for the first black president, but now it's like.
But of course, like he kicked more people out than anybody.
Who? We didn't care then. In 2008.
Obama, that's what a report came out that saying that like because they were talking so much shit about Trump and they were like actually Obama kicked out a lot more people.
We didn't give a fuck in 2008.
And also I don't think they had it on TV like they did now. Like I think media has also evolved. Yeah. Like we weren't on Twitter. Like Twitter was still popping, but like Twitter was more for like live reactions and stuff. Like news outlets weren't relying on Twitter. Twitter was still looked at as just entertainment, media and entertainment rather than source information. So I understand that.
So the other problem is we've all been groups now. It seemed like a cute idea to like say white people, which is what is white, you know what I'm saying? White people and then brown people. And it was like the minorities, we're going to take care of the minorities. We're going to look after the minorities and all the colored people. Now that's everybody that's not white. Mm-hmm. Even like the Asians that are doing better than the white people. Yeah. And so when they're looking when they're earmarking support and budget for the brown people that need help, it includes Hispanics now and legal immigration issues, all that kind of shit. And we're like, no.
Listen, when the fuck we decide to help everyone? He said they didn't go through the 3/5. No, you got to build yourselves up. How are they a whole person already? It took us how many years to be a whole person? We're 3/5. Yeah, no, so I'm never mad at when black people get upset by it. I'm like, yeah, I feel you.
But that's the other side for our industry. Bring it home for our industry. The counter side is like everybody's excited about. Hey, maybe no taxes on tips. Hey, maybe these white people be spending more. If corporations are doing well, fine dine's gonna do well. But we're not going to have any essays or any cooks or any
people that are not of legal. That doesn't mean like all of them are illegal. Some of them are.
Put a percentage on it. Put a percentage on how many.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that.
Y'all know it's like extremely expensive
To what?
to become like a seat.
Oh yeah, no, it takes
a long time.
Process.
It's
years, and it's extremely expensive.
Yeah. So okay, so look. The thing is, there's a problem, right? Over the past like 4 years, like illegal immigration, fucking quadrupled, basically, under Biden, and the Trump administration like solved a problem. I don't really agree with like getting everybody out of this bitch. But like, you know what I mean? Like this mass deportation type shit. I don't really agree with all of that. I'm still like, you know what I mean? Pro Trump, do your fucking thing, protect the country, get our money, you know, make some money up.
Yeah.
But what the fuck? What is the Democratic like?
I think
What is the? I just feel like this. He's doing something, versus the other one is like we're just talking about it.
We all
Like
know.
nothing as not doing shit.
We all know somebody ain't here, like working our industry.
Oh, absolutely.
We have and we don't even care about those.
I don't want them all getting
that
like
have a fake Social
I'm
Security
West
number.
Indian descent. I'm just letting y'all know.
Right.
Yeah, I know a lot of them.
Yeah,
me too.
we care about them, and it's not to say like we want to see them go away or that we don't support them trying to make a way for themselves.
No, but I know them to pay their taxes.
Oh,
Like I know them to pay their I know
Fair.
them to, and it's one of those things. I think a lot of times like it doesn't. It's kind of like I always say, there's a cause and effect to everything. How you get from point A to point B. Sometimes some people care how you get from point A to point B. Other people don't care. If you do, like, there's workarounds. Like I know plenty of people that never went to an immigration office but have a social security number.
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So they still they went around the line because this whole process of how much they charge, you got to do classes, like
Interviews, like you can just get
understandings and stuff like that. Like I told you at work, I said, bro, there was a time and period in time when we would just sail to a new place. I'm just saying,
we would just go sail.
you land. Like, you know, you watch Game of Thrones, they'd be like, welcome to the Caracas. So you're like,
Oh
all
my
right,
God.
cool. This is our market. This is our whorehouses. Oh, nice.
Yep.
This is where that guy lives there. This is our apple lady. Hey,
That guy lives there.
that
on the
guy lives
floor.
there.
That's his spot.
This is his spot.
You're killing me with that
Don't
one.
touch him. Like, don't touch him. I think it's syphilis.
Probably syphilis.
Or scabies or something like that.
The plague.
The plague. Yeah, like, yeah, where'd you come from again? Yeah, don't touch him. They had the plague. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, those are the things that, like, of course, technology and things we lost track on. And like I said, the thing about the immigration was also think underneath Biden's presidency, it was like fucking 4 wars broke out. You know what I'm saying? Three, right? Like Ukraine, but also it was one of those things as a black person where we get angry about, like, I don't think anyone should be forced to stay in a war-torn country. Like if it's getting blown, like all these terrible things are happening to your homeland. I'm a believer, and we became a sanctuary country because we are the United States of America. There's only certain countries that have the name United in it. Like even Great Britain isn't United Britain; it's Great Britain. To put like them, they were, you know, they went out and conquered and colonized places, so they put great for them to be above everyone.
Yeah.
The United States was to show that we are
One nation
together, working together. And again, that's how we became a superpower.
Yeah.
We are the most mixed group. We're the most mixed country there is. Melting pot. We've pushed that. We've done all of that work. So I think when we went from Obama, and we still got, you can go even further back, but again, I was too young to really understand politics for Bush Senior, Clinton, you know what I'm saying, to go through all that. From Obama to Trump to Biden, back to Trump now, many wars have broken out. The Iraq war, was pulling out of Iraq war happened. Us going into Iraq happened. Going back in there, coming back out, going back, you know, type of thing. Ukraine. But also the thing I think where black people get upset is the country, and I say we, but I say the country has not done the same amount of work for other countries as they did for white presenting countries. The Sudan has been in a civil war. I'm 35. I think they've been in a civil war for 20 of my 35 years.
Yeah.
And I think their civil war was going on even before that. Like Kenya, like we talked about that today when you showed me the redacted footage. Like these things aren't presented to certain countries, but they are presented to others. So I think that's where another time where black people are kind of like, I grew up in Florida, so wet foot, dry foot was a thing. Like Miami was like wet foot, dry foot, like Cubans coming over was a thing.
Scarface type shit.
Like, yeah, type shit. Like literally the law was if they get to the sand on Miami Beach, you can't touch them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that was like Elian Gonzalez was a huge thing. Like that took over the news for the days and the year that was really.
None of this shit is new. All these it's like we're too young to know, but these cycles are not new.
They're not new, but I think this is the first. I get one also the first time we're seeing it, but also I think this is the first time that they have done it on such an unprecedented level of just the effort and the work and just the amount that they're working on. I fully believe my mom lives up in New York and she's like, nah, she's like, they really just be giving out help to these people. And she's like, my mom doesn't need it. She's like, nah, I'm cool. She's like, but shit, anyway, everybody could take an extra $100. You know, she's like, shit, I could take $100. Like somebody want to give that to me. She's like, but this is going to people that, again, she works in New York City, most densely populated, like area. We can't even call it the state, most densely populated small area in the country. And she's like, there are people living in like hotels or apartment buildings that aren't but like paperwork isn't together, but they're getting all these things that people that are like people in Iraq, Iraq, in Chicago aren't getting or having to wait in line longer, but you're getting pushed to the front. But I can still understand both because, hey man, if I just came from a country where 3 of my siblings were killed in an airstrike, I had to bury my father and my mother died on the travel over here, cut me some fucking slack.
Yeah.
But my thing is always the problem with the United States or with countries and people, they went overboard. They just turned the faucet on. They didn't slowly turn it. Like you can slowly turn the faucet. You can help. I can't be your savior.
I think
you know what I'm saying? I can help you, but I can't save you.
I think the real problem is that we allow the narrative of like vilifying the actual immigrants. Yes, we've always been an immigrant country. It's like how far you want to go.
That's how we're built.
Everybody that's complaining about immigrants came from an immigrant, right? But the problem is, yeah,
you're European. It's like, I'm sorry.
You know, like what was it? You know, the New York City was the island.
But Ellis Island. That's where all the immigrants came from.
So we blame the individual instead of putting the fault on. There's no illegal immigrant working and making money in America that hasn't been paid or hired by an American who's choosing to exploit the system.
Yeah.
Maybe they felt the need to or whatever. So if we focus on trying to just kick out anybody that came in, that don't make as much sense. Mm-hmm. But if the unspoken rule is like, you got to figure it out, but you're going to take care of the people that are taxpayers first.
Yeah.
That's what most of us support because at this point, we are taxpayers. Other than
it's America first, bro.
You feel me? Sure. Like as I'm still talking like as black people, and you know, and even in our industry, talking about all these different things. Like we are hardworking people who are putting money into the pot.
Oh yeah.
And so we get the pot before people who aren't putting into the pot get into the pot. Yeah. That's the baseline. But if you're
the women and children first, but don't
it's
come
just
in here.
Like y'all gotta figure it out. Y'all gotta stand by Home Depot. Maybe y'all gotta get a fake Social Security card or something like that. You gotta get into the system. If you make it into the system, cool. That's the nature of the wet foot, dry foot. That's the nature of like Anchor Baby. Where it's like, we'll take care of the kids. If the kid was born here, the kid, we got it.
Yeah.
But you gotta kind of figure it out. This money is going for people that add to this pot.
First. Because at the same time, like you're right. It's certain level of selfishness is needed to survive. Like I pay my taxes every year. Like I go to work, I see my paycheck and I go, damn, a lot of taxes. Side note, guys, I didn't even look at it, but not to piss myself off, but I know I can't afford health insurance.
Yeah.
Because having a $400 bill a month extra is nut shit to me.
Obamacare was too expensive at a certain point.
The first one was cool. The first year. But then
the Affordable Care Act, like, you know, going into the season, when I looked at the prices for that stuff, I was like, damn, this ain't much better.
I pay $407 a month for my health insurance.
Yeah, I can't do it. Something like the thing.
But I have Kaiser, and I also choose to have the gold. So
Permanente?
Kaiser Permanente.
But the affordable
I've been there
plans
since
were
I was
like
a
half
kid,
that.
Also, like
the The affordable plans are like half that. And so if you're
they're about like 205.
if you're the average person living check to check and nothing bad has happened yet, are you gonna do that?
But as at the same thing, not even to talk shit about this, he's got the gold, and like I've looked into that. I have Crohn's disease. Kaiser Permanente won't cover me. They don't like certain things that I need. Kaiser won't cover. So I have to go to a more expensive one. That whatever it is, like, and I can't use Blue Cross Blue Shield. They're trash. So I've got to go with what is it, Peach State something. If I do it, and they're still going to charge me maybe the same amount or a little bit more. I'll probably get paid the same. I might have to pay the same amount for the silver.
So the question is, at the end of the day, like, if we really went through with this idea and we pushed it all the way to not allowing immigrants to just kind of move freely, make it really hard for them to get a job and all that, and then theoretically made the space for lower class or working class people to have more opportunities and to force corporations, companies, and employers to pay more.
Yeah.
The question is,
respect the
would it really all burn down and would we not have any food? Or would our people be doing better because the opportunity would have to be there?
So the thing is, so all the money that is going to the undocumented, right? They're not being paid tax on, right? So that literally is a bigger burden for every dollar that is going to somebody in payment of people who are not paying a tax is a dollar taken away from people who are paying taxes on it.
Say it again?
Every dollar that is going to somebody as a payment that is not paying taxes on it is a dollar taken away from someone who is paying taxes in that system.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for all the fucking agriculture, all of the jobs in restaurants, back of house, all the house jobs, construction, all that shit in the US, most of that is being paid to undocumented people. Like if you now pay people, right, on the table, and they have to pay taxes through that, that's so much more money that the tax system is going to have. You get more money back. That becomes a surplus. We're in a deficit. We're usually always in a deficit.
Oh, yeah. Well, but a lot of businesses would fail.
Right. A lot of businesses will fail also because you'd have to charge more because you're paying people now. You're paying people like a minimum fucking wage, which is why we have minimum wages.
Yeah.
You paying people what they actually should make. You have to charge more for whatever product you're selling now.
Yeah, it would probably cause inflation. You think about that?
Yes,
it would cause it. But the thing, like, and every organism knows how to adjust itself.
Yeah, that
like the price of like a hotel room would go up because they have to pay everyone a livable wage. Like,
and as far as cleaning,
like whoever's clean, like, I mean, then I think personally. Or I think then we also live in a system where we probably do need to have an easily acceptable or achievable way of getting citizenship.
Right. But like,
I think so.
Well, that's what a work visa is, I guess.
Immigration reform needs to come in too, because the system of it is bullshit. Like, why are you making it like I don't understand, like, I don't know exactly what they do, but I have seen like certain things where you have to like take a citizen class and stuff like that. I'm like, the fuck is the point of them knowing who fucking Thomas Jefferson was? It's 2025. Why would a guy from Bosnia or Argentina or India or Africa need to know who the fuck Thomas Jefferson is?
Well, actually, I mean, I don't know about the history part, but arguably, like, one of the biggest problems with Americans is that we are so civilly ignorant. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, nobody really understands what's going on or the context for any historical context. But then
that's also our education system. That's our education system's fault. Because why the fuck didn't they teach us taxes? Why didn't they teach us why aren't you teaching high school freshmen finance? Why isn't that part of the curriculum all 4 years of high school?
I keep trying to tell you the answer to that.
Does it make workers? Yes.
Yeah. Why the fuck would the system
want to educate? Yes.
Want to educate its fucking.
So we live in a flawed and evil system.
Absolutely, nigga.
Yeah, I know. So like, my thing is like, so a lot of times when they blame things like blame it on immigrants, I'm like, no, it's the system. It's like everyone wants to attack the first problem, like crime, like black people, like, oh, black people cry. I'm like, all right, the war on drugs, the war on black people. You think black people bringing in cocaine? Like, you think we bringing in that much cocaine? Because we just got planes like that.
Well, no, the CIA is being honest about that at this point.
See, but they got no choice. There's been 80 movies about how the CIA brought in drugs.
Well, no. I listened to this guy talking on a podcast.
Getting about guns too.
He put it perfectly. He was like, so
How was niggas getting Mac 12s and shit?
Russian sawed-offs, and I'm like, okay, I've never been to Russia in my life.
this nigga put it perfect. He said the CIA is the intelligence arm for everything outside the country. FBI is everything inside the country. What y'all forgetting is
They don't cannot. They don't.
no. American laws only apply to inside the country. So the FBI has to be careful. The CIA doesn't give a fuck. They say, yeah, we've been selling drugs in Colombia. What do you mean? We've been buying shit.
We had to fund the Contra war.
That's only illegal here.
Yeah, and the CIA works outside. Like, you ever notice, like, no one, like, you never see the CIA, like, if they go, like, someone from the CIA is on, like, they never go to Capitol Hill and talk until they're out, and then they go, can't talk about that. Can't talk about that either. I'd have to have the president tell me I could tell you that.
I don't know.
Or
I don't know.
The director of the CIA be looking at the president like, be spitting in the president's face like, fuck you gonna do?
Do not recall, bitch. Do not recall.
Fuck you gonna do? Like you ever, like, that's why, Hoover? J. Edgar Hoover created CIA because he was a paranoid son of a bitch.
Yeah.
That's what
J. Edgar Hoover had, what's the sexually transmitted disease that attacks your brain?
Syphilis.
Syphilis. He had syphilis. That's why he was so paranoid. What'd you say? What did he say?
I say nothing.
Nothing. All right. We're going to move on.
All right, guys.
Oh,
We about that.
So-
Damn!
So let's get on to some restaurant shit. Basically, deportations, the reason I brought it up is because working in a restaurant, like, most of the people cooking your food are like
Of
not-
another descent.
Yeah, they're not from here. And they're immigrants. And
Whether it be legal or illegal.
So we're the only group left in the country that can legally be paid less than minimum wage.
Yeah, because we didn't receive tips.
The whole concept behind it is we're willing to accept a job when we don't get paid a living wage based off the confidence that based on our own ability to sell, really, we can define how much money we can really make.
Commission based.
So that's the only way in which we've made it okay to not have a minimum wage. And now we have other people coming in that it's in a similar fashion where they're like, we're willing to just accept a much lower wage just to make a way and get into the system.
right.
And so we just don't know at the end of the day if we stop that shit, if the system is still working out. And we're just assuming that it would, and it would be better for our people, and whatnot. But to what you said is what I'm saying about, like, we have to, if you're going to blame anybody, if you're going to change anything, if you're going to address an issue, you have to address the people that are hiring illegal immigrants. You can't blame them at the end of the day. Those are.
Hey, but also, this might be like a big stretch. I don't know. And y'all's experience might be different from my experience. So I have like friends that I know they're illegal. They talk to me about, I was like roommates with niggas and shit like that before.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, whatever jobs they be doing, the niggas got bread. Like, they just have bread. The ones you know, they just be having bread. Like, they'll get another car, get, like, body. I'm like, bro, what the fuck you doing? Like, they got nice chains and shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck you doing that? You only making like $100 a day.
I think, well, you
Like-
also gotta realize, okay, in that situation, sometimes for some places and stuff like that, it's two things: community, and then also, if I'm getting $100 a day untaxed, by the end of the week, that motherfucker, like, you got a job that tax you, I got a job that don't tax me. I'm gonna have more money than you by Friday. If we get paid the same, but I'm not paying taxes, I'm gonna have my gross pay. You get the net pay. You know what I'm saying? You get like.
And are the type of immigrants that we're calling the criminals that gotta get out of here right now, are those the violent criminals, or are those also like the scammers that figured it out and found a way? Like, are we also?
And then also,
we considering them like criminals that gotta get out of the station.
yeah,
We do that shit too. Come on, no, we do that shit
it's
too.
like, I'm like, bro, law is for the lawless. Like, so we've all, like, every day someone each one of us in here at least once a day break the law in some way, shape, or
Breaking
form.
law right now.
Man, I was like, we speed.
What are you doing that's breaking the law?
What do you mean? You said right now.
You making me uncomfortable, man.
I was like,
Are you on a run?
he said right now, and I was like,
What are you doing?
Somebody knock on the door, don't answer.
You're not smoking weed.
I was like, you said right now, and I'm like,
What are they
I
doing?
started looking around like, what do you mean right now?
The cops gonna come in.
Like, is someone listening into this more than just the FB, more than just the government. I'm just saying. But I also the things that you say, cars and everything, it's the community as well. Because like that's the one thing that a lot of people like as African Americans, that's something that we kind of fall into the idea of like we're the only ones that don't. Not every one of us, not all of us. Some of us do have that community, but like once you're linked by certain things more than just like skin color, you're linked by language, you're linked by heritage. All of us in here have a different heritage in a sense. We are African American, but we all have a different mix of like what we're really made up of, who we surround ourselves, how we were raised. Some system like that. He's like, undocumented people, like, and he's not even okay. Just immigrants. Like we can talk about an area, Buford Highway.
Buford Highway is crazy.
That's just crazy levels of just like people from other countries. I'm not calling them illegals. I'm not calling them. I'm just saying that is a melting pot of different cultures.
Yeah, for those who don't know, that's Atlanta's international corridor.
Yeah, that is our international like line. You can get any.
If you want to find anything authentic from any country,
go there.
Go to Buford Highway.
Buford Highway. You can find African, Brazilian, Mexican, Honduran, Argentinian. You can get anything.
So we would like.
So that like area. So a lot of times you got a lot of people that come here. When they send money back, or a lot of times they have one of them that went the correct route, got all the paperwork, or went the right route but got paperwork, but like $150, pay this person this. Yeah. Let me get this paperwork. And then they bring family up, then they give them jobs. They move into their house. They work underneath them. They work at this place. They do this. They work on cars. They do that. They build things from it. So I think for them, they're not locked into the idea of what Americans want and what we look for. If you ever notice that, you'll see a full Mexican family get into one minivan and they are happier than the family of 5 in the Escalade. Because they don't care. They're just like, hey, we went to the store, we got food, we're going home. 3 of us sleep in a room, and it's better than what we were doing before. So it's a certain amount of community that they bring from other countries over here that allow them to, I don't want to say, I can say in a way, thrive in a way. Because, or allow them to get a better lifestyle and to grow and to get other things that they want. Because their main thing is the freedom and the safety that America has.
Americans prescribe more to like individualism that other people aren't worried about. They worry about actually getting it out the mud and figuring out with their family and their community, whether it's creating a plaza where you pretty much taking over the plaza, or whether it's everybody crammed in the same house in the same car. But every American wants their own apartment. Yeah, I mean, we don't think like, let me live with my mom because that's a smart move. We're like, let me not live with my mom because I'm trying to get bitches. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like that's more of the American mentality.
In a living system, like, oh, why is your 23-year-old so like in certain countries, like in other countries, people don't move out till they get married. Yeah. Like Indian countries, like the kid, the son and the daughter will live with the parents. Or like if they're not married at 25, they still live at home. So it just makes sense. Like it makes sense. Like why would I move out? Like my mom and dad have a beautiful house. I have a room. Oh, I can't have a house party. Oh, okay. I go to a club. Or, it's like until like then they're free, like, certain people are kind of like, oh, that's restricting your freedom. Your parents want you home at a certain hour. Like, I mean, yeah, my dad doesn't want me walking in at 2:30 in the morning because the alarm is going to go off and wake up my mom or wake up my grandmother and stuff like that. So people have to have that certain level of respect, which is normal. To have a certain level of respect to your parents' home. Some parents are like, all right, man, it's whatever. Do what you want to do. Come back in. Some parents are like, bro, when I lock this door, everybody better be in this house. And then that's also on them, like culturally, for them to either be okay with that or decide to move out on their own because say they can afford and they can do all that. And then, but America is one of those places where it's kind of like, all right, yeah, you got to go 18, you got to go. But also I think certain things like in certain cultures, like at 18, they may not consider you an adult, a full adult. America considers you an adult. Some cultures, even in America, would be like, no, we want you to stay here for college. This way you can get adjusted and figure it out. Some Americans are like, nah, go far away from college, go far, like if I lived in Georgia, go to University of Wisconsin so I can just learn. Be like, we just think freedom comes with leaving our parents instead of thinking that freedom comes from like building resources and helping to take care of our parents. True. But there's also certain, like again, like Roman culture is to send a kid out. You got to kill a wolf and come back. You have to go out. You have to prove yourself as a man in the world and come back. And you can come back as a man or come back as a leader or come back as whatever it is, whatever you need to grow that pain that you have to go through as an adult. In America, we just do that very early on. Yeah. Which is understandable because no one wants, like, I couldn't imagine like dating like me at 25. Like I knew a lot of different things at the age of 25 because of my upbringing. I couldn't imagine dating a girl that didn't know how to pay the water bill at 25. I'd be like, the fuck you mean? What? You know what I'm saying? Like she has her own crib, or she's like, what do you mean I have to go buy groceries? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean? Like, my mom just, like, I just opened the fridge, those groceries. I'd be like, yeah, because your mama went to the grocery store type shit. So I think certain aspects of that are what hold us back and also hold us into a certain idea. But I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna bring you home with something light.
Yeah.
But it's serious to my heart. All right?
Yeah, man, cause we got about
Bring you home with something light, but serious to my heart.
5 minutes.
You know what?
An hour?
Damn, all right.
You know what
Very
fucking,
fast.
what grinds my gears, what tunes my radio, what bends my fork? Pops the tooth off my fork. Bro,
What dulls my knife?
calls my motherfucking steak knife, bitch.
What's that? What's that?
The concept, the art of the landing space. Okay? If you're a server, okay?
That was good.
If you're a
yeah,
server
Yeah.
and you sell some shit, and you know you need a big plate on a deuce, you need a big plate on a table this small. My nigga, just before you leave the table. Because your guests aren't gonna do it. They're not gonna understand. I'm gonna get to that. First of all, if you as a server, bro, if you sell fucking Wagyu, then just push the glasses to the side. Because you don't know if you're bringing that to the table. And even when you bring that shit to the table, it's about to be a problem. Here's why it's a problem. It goes like this. This is the worst case scenario that happened to me a couple times last shift. Okay. Which is, it starts in the dish pit. So you stop the dishes, right? They come out the fucking industrial machine, and they're 1,000 degrees.
Yeah. Yep.
And then hot food gets put on those plates. And then you have to pick up those plates and run them to the table. And you got to be a big boy. You got to have about 4 plates. You got to go. We got big parties. You got shit to do. So I got 3, 4 boiling hot plates.
Yeah.
And I'm running through the restaurant. Are you left? Are you left?
Yeah.
And I get to the table, and the table's this big, and there's just stupid shit all over the place. Nobody unfolding napkin. Niggas got their phones on the table, all that kind of shit. And I'm sitting there, and I say, pardon me, you all. I got your shit. I got your gifts. Your gifts are here. And y'all just looking at me like, oh, that's nice.
Awesome.
Just staring.
You're gonna give it to us?
Like, nah, yeah. like they really think you're finna spoon feed them. Like I'm finna chew it for you, drop it in your mouth like a bird.
Baby bird.
I'm gonna stay here for the rest of your experience. I'm just That's how I feel.
No, they're retarded.
No.
Yeah.
This specific thing happens with women. I'm sorry, it's true. Only women do this part. The men will just keep talking and ignore you and have their elbow on the table.
Where you're fucking. Yeah. You don't remember you're at dinner? You're here for food, right?
Yeah, you're a little too like me where you use your hands too much while you're talking. Take your fucking elbow off the table, my nigga.
You fucking Cro-Magnon man.
But what women will do is they I don't know, it's like a trust thing. But I'm trying to put the plate in front of you, and so it's this hot plate, boiling plate.
Try and touch it.
I'm trying to give you the gesture, let you know I'm trying to put this shit in front of you, baby. And she'll look at the plate, there's still shit in front of her. I'm trying to put it down, there's still shit in the way. And she just hands in lap. She looks at the plate, she looks at me. What's this? Is this the salmon? I don't give a fuck what it is. Let me put it down.
It's just burning off my fucking fingertips right now.
It's food. It's a hot plate, bitch. So that happened multiple times where it's like, they'll just say to me, like, what is this? It's what you ordered. Trust me, baby. Let me let go of this, please. I gotta go. The thing that where I went too far, baby, was this nigga hot plate shit situation, right? So again, it's already hot coming out system, putting some steak on that shit. Sitting there, thinking, I'm burning, I'm melting, I'm melting. And this nigga, he's on the other side. Sometimes you can't reach the other side of the table. You can't they're on the wall.
Yeah.
So I gotta come across like this. And people think when you have a long reach that they should help you.
Yeah.
And they should grab that shit. No, baby, it's too late. It's too late. If I'm here, it's too late. Don't try to do anything.
If I'm here, it's too late.
If I'm putting it down. Okay, no, here's the real science. If you see somebody come out with plates, yes, make some common sense space. But at the point where like I'm about to do shit, I'm reaching for shit, I'm moving shit, don't all of a sudden come alive and wake up to reality. And start
Fucking
moving shit.
NPC.
Because I'll pick up this candle, and then you'll put your wine glass where I was gonna put that candle, and then I'll be nice, be like, oh, and I'll let you finish playing at the table. Okay, you done?
Let you finish playing at the table. Oh my god!
And I was like, it's okay, I'll wait, like type shit. But this guy, he wouldn't move any of the shit in front of me. And he's talking, and I've been there for a second now. Too long. I've been there too long. I'm really about to drop this plate on this nigga because it's hot. And he grabs it, but he still can't put it in. And so I did get mad. I was worried for a minute after because I said, let go. I did. I was so mad, bro. I'm so sorry. It wasn't even my table. I said, let go. And then I tried to backtrack, be like, it's hot plate, you know. And
You told that man to let go.
He heard me let go.
He literally looked at you. You're like, yeah, I said it.
He gave me a look, and it was a big table. Whatever. And I told the server, and he's like, man, let me tell you what I did the other day. So in my restaurant, one of the complimentary things we give, you need to explain it to people because it's like cultural. Mm-hmm. And so you come to him and be like, hey, are you familiar with this? And so it was like one of those kind of like baller type people that want to act like they know everything. And it's like take control of the table. And so when they asked like, hey, are you all familiar with this? He's like, yeah, I know. And so he said, so then tell him. What's in it then?
That's what the dude said.
I said, go ahead, tell him.
Go ahead, then tell him. Tell him what's in it.
Tell the class since you fucking work here.
Yeah. And he said some bullshit like, oh yeah, it's mitten, fucking da 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 da. He was like, nope.
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 Nope. It's pistachio. So if anybody got a nut allergy, don't eat this.
Yeah.
Stupid
So he
motherfucker.
said he explained it to him, and luckily it went over well, but it was definitely like some shock and awe. He said the guy doubled back after they were done, came to him and apologized. Like, hey man, I'm sorry for being sorry for being a dick.
I was being a real twat about it. I'm so sorry. That's real.
But that's it. To my essays, to my servers, and to my guests, bruh.
Get that landing space.
Yeah, land
on,
space, dog.
Just make some space in front of your table. Like if you think that you're gonna get some food at any point in the night, like, and you're at a restaurant, which you probably will. 99% of the time, you'll get some food if you're at a restaurant.
Yeah.
99% of the time, somebody's gonna bring you a plate of food because you're at a restaurant.
At the same time,
I would say 100%, but you know there are some anorexic white women.
You know, some weirdos. But nah, that's
who
just
don't
crazy
eat when they go to restaurants.
Yeah, that's like the people that fucking the shit that kills me is like when I give them like an appetizer plate and they put their bread plate on top of it and they eat the bread from the bread.
Dog,
plate.
they're so
I'm
stupid.
Like,
Stack
what
plates?
What? Like no, the plate's clean. That should be killing me. Like they never got any appetizer yet. You know, you need to bring it out first. And like I walk back by and honestly, again, we've been killing them today. Women do that more than anybody else. We'll put the bread plate on top of the plate, and I'm like,
yeah, what are you doing?
well, why wouldn't you just eat the bread on that plate then?
Yeah.
Like it's just easy. You need to catch crumbs. You know you're a messy eater, baby.
It's like plate, like it's like the Russian dolls inside of each other. Like I'm like, what game are you playing?
I just don't like it when the women come in and they don't eat. Like, why did you agree to go to dinner
And to
if
split
you're
fish.
gonna be? But like then there's like, oh yeah, no, she's not gonna have me. Oh, just give her a plate. Just give me. I'll just have a plate. Like I'm not really hungry. I'm just gonna let everybody else eat. And I'm just gonna.
What's the point of coming to dinner,
What
baby?
the fuck is wrong with you?
That's why I look at like, what's the point of us coming to dinner?
Fucking
What are we doing? Like I
weird.
could have stayed home.
This isn't for me.
I almost said the R word again, but I said it once. I get one in episode.
What episode? Well, it wasn't like that other clip. That clip he showed us. He's like, you're gonna go to a club and get. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
We might be out of time, but I do have one more
we're out
for
of
the last
time.
shift. We done?
We are done.
We're done. Where are we at?
An hour.
An hour solid?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
It's all right.
It's a wrap.
We have
this
editing
episode-
things. Yeah, that's
we didn't cover any other things that we wanted to talk about today. But,
we went. This is a political episode.
wow, this is a crazy political
Shout
episode.
out Big Trump. dog.
Big T.
Hey man, I just want everything to be okay.
Everything's
I don't
gonna be
care
all right.
who's gonna do it. I just want it to be okay. Like,
Everything's
honestly,
all right, man.
This is the real. This is Earth 616, and we're living in it.
And man, and to all the people who do get deported, man, you know what I'm saying?
Double back around.
Make it way back. You know what I mean?
Double back.
You did it once, you can do it again.
Yeah, you
Spin
can do
block,
it again.
spin
I'm gonna
block.
do it again, nigga. Hey man, but as we wrap up, I just want to say thank you guys again for supporting us. We are so excited we get to do this every week. New episode dropping very soon. We'll be taking care of that. That'll be out. This will be out soon too. We have more things on the way. We can't wait to do more of this and more often for you guys. Thank you very much for supporting us and loving us. Remember to like, follow, share, tell your aunties and your mama that we are your favorite servant. They need to follow us and listen to us. I'm your boy E Mays. To my left, you got that boy Rick the Closer, and on the ones and twos, that boy Ferrari Yari. And we are your closers. And guess what?
We are closed.
All right, cut the closers.